you guys show up on time. Link to class Nearpod is in the chat. Let's go ahead and join. In this session, I'm going to go over the remaining questions from quiz 1.08. And then we will also review questions from progress learning. And these are the questions we already looked at yesterday. Question 1, then question 2. We also looked at question 3 yesterday. Then we also looked at question 4, this one, and this one. We will pick from this question. This is question 4, the third version of question 4. Let's go ahead, get started. Join Nearpod so I can see your work and I can give you feedback. And in Nearpod, I see Paige, Lexi, Landon. I want everybody to join Nearpod so I can see your work and give you feedback. I'm going to give you around 3 minutes to go ahead, get started. Show me how you will do. What kind of shape or shapes do you see in this figure on my screen? And find area. Andre, I'm going to do question 4, this one, and 3 versions of question 5. After that, we will go to progress learning. These few ones were remaining from last time. So I'm going to be checking your answers as you are working. For those watching the recordings, I will also be solving for you. When I look at this, I see a set of parallel lines, 1 and 2. I see the set of parallel lines. I'm going to mark them a little bit more so they're visible. These are my parallel lines, the bases. And therefore, I see a trapezoid here. These are my bases, base 1 and base 2. The height of this trapezoid, for me, I look at it as a trapezoid, so the height is 9. And the bases are these 2. You need the link, Dion. Here is the link. Okay. So, if this side of the trapezoid is 9, I can say that this part is also 9. And that gives me the total length as 12 plus 12 plus 9. So 24, 33. So therefore, I can say that the total length of this side is 33. This side, the total thing will be 33. How? I do 12 plus 9 plus 12. That gives me this side as 33 as one of the bases of the trapezoid. And that's a 12. I know you guys wanted to break it into other smaller shapes, and you can also do it that way. I'm going to go back to the Nearpod and I'm going to see how you're doing so I can give you some feedback. And let me see. Okay, Paige, we are at different, we both have some different answers. Lexi, your answer matches mine, seems to be correct. Landon, I agree to you. And let's see. Then we have Liloni working it out. Andre, you are following a similar method as I am. It won't work tomorrow, so do it on a sheet of paper and make sure you will send me pictures of your work. Send me a text message with pictures of your work or email them to me. Okay? Remember, I do keep an eye on my text messages a lot, as well as emails. Liloni, I don't agree. Redo it. Okay, so I know that one of the bases is 9 over here and the other base is 33. To find area of a trapezoid, step 1, add base 1 and base 2. Okay, so first base, the green one, is 9. Base 2 is 33. I calculated, right, using given information. I add the 2 bases. So 9 plus 33 gives me 42. Okay, This gives me 42. Then I will multiply by height. I said height is the distance between the two green bases at a right angle. So it is 9. Height is 9. So I'm going to do 9 plus 33. That gave me 42, right? This is 42. I multiply 42 times 9 and then divide the answer by 2. When I divide it by 2, I get an answer that is 189. Okay, I get an answer that is 189. Are there any questions before we move on? The answer should have been 189. No matter if you do it differently, we will all end up getting the same answer. Look, Heaven, I'm going to check your work. I saw you got something different. Heaven, again, remember the triangle thing in our main class in the morning? We were talking about some measurements that will be needed and others not be needed. Heaven, right? If you look at the triangle, the measurements that will be useful to you in this small triangle will be a base of 9 and height of 12. 15 is not needed. When you look at a triangle only, look at the triangle as 9 by 12, right? 15 is not needed information, right? But I looked at it as a trapezoid, so I needed just one step and I got to the answer, right? We will move on and look at question 5, part 1. We want shaded area, right? What does it say? Find area of the shaded region. Go ahead, get started. What are the two shapes you see here? You can color code your work, mark the formulas, and get started. Okay, I'm going to also mark my formulas and color code them. Let me see how you guys are doing so I can verify if you're heading in the right direction. Ava, yes, this is question 5, and after question 5, I'm going to go over questions from progress learning. I recreated this Nearpod just this morning, so it contains quiz questions as well as progress learning questions. Okay, so right after this, you stay in the same Nearpod, and we get to progress learning questions. Very good, Lexi. Very good, Landon. Logan, go ahead, show me your work. Angelina, very good. Michaela, very good. Color coding. Victoria, very good. Derek's slide needs to be active. No way. No way. You're the only no way I have. You don't need to put in the long last name. And I can easily tell this is no way. And I can give you extra credits. Okay. So for my particular thing, I'm going to start finding the areas. So this box is a rectangle with a base of 8 and a height of 8. So I can find the area. Area equals base times height.
Miss Syed, I'm confused
Which one?
because why are you using the rectangle and parallelogram for the square? What?
Square, parallelogram, rectangle, they all mean same thing.
But aren't you supposed to use a equals s square?
Yes. S square is also the same formula for S square will also give me the same answer. Base is a side and
Um.
height is a side, no way, right?
Oh yeah, it would be the same thing because basically for
Yes.
the square you're just doing it 2 times.
Yes. So square, very good question, no way. So basically square is also a parallelogram is also a rectangle. Let me see, Dion. I agree with you. Excellent. That was fast. So for the square part, I'll do 8 times 8. Side squared, right? 8 times 8. And area of the square is 64. Then I'll do area of the circle. And I'm going to go to Nearpod and first check your work, and then I'm going to go do the circle. Let me see. Very good, Paige, heading in the right direction. Very good, Lexi. Excellent, excellent. Very good, Landon. I agree to your answer. Natalie, very good. Natalie showing even more steps than I am on my screen. Very good with that. Heaven, very good. Ava, very good. Angelina, very good. Michaela, very good. Victoria. 8 times 8 is 64. You have a little calculation error on your slide. And Derek, very good. Let's go ahead and move on. And we keep asking the questions. You know, people who are watching the recording, they might have similar questions and they will also get answered. Then I'm going to go to the circle part. This whole long line.
Okay, I have another question then.
Yes, go for it.
Well, oh, you already did it. Because I was about to say, aren't you supposed to, like, either, I forgot whether for the semicircle or for the circle. Aren't you supposed to half the number? Like, let's say that since it's
Yes,
8, it would be 4.
absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. For radius, we will have it. So this blue line is your diameter, and the diameter is 8 meters. If you look at the formula for area of a circle, you will see that they have used radius. So I'm going to go find radius. If diameter is 8, then radius is 4. R is 4. So let's go ahead and find area of the circle. Area of the circle says you do pi times radius squared. Okay, radius we just figured out in the picture is 4. In the formula we need radius squared, so let's go ahead and square it. To square the radius means to multiply radius by itself. Do 4 times 4 and that gives you 16, and you will get the area like this. Radius squared is 16. 4 times 4. Very good, Ava. So, to find area of the circle, I still need the pi. Pi is 3.114. 3.14. Radius squared is 16. If you multiply the two, you get area of the circle. When I do the calculations, I get area of the circle as 50.24. Then from here, I still need the shaded region. I have area of the circle, I have area of the square. One more step to find area of the shaded region. Remember, circle is not included. Circle is not included, right, in the shaded region. So it has to be subtracted. So if I'm finding the shaded area, I will say area of the square, that is 64, minus area of the circle, that is 50.24. That will give me area of the shaded region. And that will equal to 13.76. Units are squared meters. And this is how I will write down my answer. The shaded region will not include area of the circle. And I will subtract. Are there any questions? I'm going to go ahead, look at the near part slide and see how you guys did. Very good, Novay. I see all the details of your work. Victoria, remember, square 64, but you put 60 by mistake. Michaela, show me details of your work. Angelina, very good. Eloni, very good. Natalie, very good. And remember, Natalie, last step, subtract. We go on and move to the next part of question 5. Over here. People, go ahead, get started. Again, it wants you to find area of shaded region. In this case, no problem, JJ. I'm going to share the link with you, and I also have a message for you. I'm going to type in the chat. There you go. I'm going to, everybody, make sure you color code your work so you know which formulas to use. This is the circle. I will use this formula. The white part is triangle. and I will use this formula. The formula for triangle says multiply the base and the height and then find half of it. Like do base times height and divide it by 2. And that way you can half it. My eyes are on your slides to see how you are doing and I can give you feedback. Right? Everybody is in the process of solving the question. Okay. Very good. I agree to you, Landon, with the area of the circle. Like Landon, I will also start with the area of the circle. And the diameter is 16. For the circle, diameter is 16. I'm going to write down diameter is going to be 16 for the circle. And you can see it, right? It is the long line passing through the center. If I know diameter is 16, radius is this line. It is half the size of the diameter. So I can say radius be 8. Radius is half of 16. It is 8. Right? The formula for area of a circle says radius squared. I'm going to go square the radius. And radius squared will be square of 8. Now, is there any question
Mm,
about it? I'm not going to rush through the problems. I want to make sure everybody understands.
okay, I have a question
Yes.
that could work out for one of your questions. So you know how I said last time for the circle that you oh wait, never mind, you already did it. Never mind.
Okay.
Because I was gonna say,
Perfect, perfect.
why don't you half it? But
Why
you
don't I?
already did half it.
Okay, I did half it. Then I will do radius squared. And Bella, if this is your final answer, I don't agree to it. Okay, Bella? Then radius squared will be the square of 8. Square of 8 means 8 multiplied by 8. 8 times 8 gets me 64. Everybody understands r squared? 8 squared, 64. 8 times 8. Then to find area of the circle, I have to do pi radius squared. Pi times radius squared. And pi is 3.14. Radius squared is 64. If I multiply the two, I will get area of the circle. That is 200.96. Let me go and see how the rest of you guys are doing in the near part slides so I can give you feedback along the way. And here I see Bella. Bella, I am wondering, you have area of the triangle. You have area of the circle. What should you do to get shaded region? Remember, triangle Bella is not Page. Sorry, I'm naming the wrong person. Page. The yellow one is the area of the triangle. Brown one is area of the circle. I know you got it, Paige. Then I'm gonna go see Lexi. Lexi, one more step there to get to the final answer. Landon, I agree to you. Logan, slide is not active there. Very good, Liloni. Heading in the right direction. Andre, make sure slides are okay. Andre, few more steps. There you go, Paige. Natalie, one more step. You want shaded region, Natalie, not including triangle. Dion, excellent. Heaven, excellent with the circle part. Ava, very good so far. Here we have Angelina, very good so far. Michaela, very good so far. Victoria, very good, excellent. I agree to your answer. Derek, very good. I'm proud of you. You're showing me all the details of your work. Nolan, very good. I will also go ahead, find area of the triangle. For the area of the triangle, I will do base times height and divide that by 2. So base for the triangle is 8, right? This is the base of the triangle, 8. Oh, sorry, 8, not 8. 16. Base of the triangle is going to be 16. Then height of the triangle will just be like radius, right? Will be like the radius, will be this. And this will be half of 16. And height will be 8 because it is a circle and this line goes through the middle. So height of the triangle is going to be 8. I'm going to do 16 times 8 and divide the answer by 2. I will get area of the triangle to be 64. Very good, Andre. Excellent. Then I need the shaded region, right? And shaded region does not include area of the triangle. So I'm going to do shaded area equals area of the circle, that is 200.96, and does not include area of the triangle. So I will subtract the triangle's area. I will subtract 64. And I get shaded region to be 113.76 squared feet. And I'm going to go put that symbol. This is how the area will look like. Shaded area 113.76 square feet. Are there any questions? Let me know before moving on. That makes sense? Perfect, perfect. Navi, I can see you nodding. Let's move on. This is the final question from 1.08 quiz. Let's go ahead and go about this one. Again, color code your work so you're using the right formulas. The circle part, we use the circle's formula. Rectangular part, we'll use the rectangle's formula.
Miss Said,
Yes.
I kind of want to try doing it out loud, but the thing is, I'm not totally for sure about it though.
For which one?
This one.
This one.
Yes.
No way, then you will be the person who will guide me because you
Okay.
will speak it
Don't,
out loud, right?
yes,
And
but don't mind if I get something wrong.
absolutely not. Remember, there are people who are really going to be stuck and they will also go over the recordings. Believe me or not, around 90 people will watch the recordings. When I go back to my see how many people watch it, 90. You're going to be able to help 90 other people when you're going to be teaching right now. Go ahead.
Okay, since you already marked them, like to color code them, like which one
Right.
is which, you showed that the blue mark is a circle and then that the green mark is,
Mm-hmm.
I forgot my slide, is the rectangle and parallelogram.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually start with the like the middle first that's not shaded. That's
Mm-hmm.
just what I start from.
Right.
And since we're starting with that, we have to put out our formula, which is A equals B base times height,
Mm-hmm.
or A equals BH.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so first you grab your base, which I'm guessing we grab whichever base.
Yes. So which one will you grab?
I would grab 5 because I usually
Okay.
go from the
Now
bottom.
look at 5 carefully. Do you think it is the base or it is the radius of the circle?
Oh, never mind. The radius. Radius.
There you
Sorry.
go.
I didn't see that there.
No
And
problem.
then, so we grab the 8. So it'll be A equals 8
Mm-hmm. 8.
times 6, which is our height.
Excellent. 8 times 6 is the height. Yeah, 6 is the height.
And then
Excellent.
if you multiply 8 times 6, it would give you 48.
Yep.
And then you will. Okay, now you're done with the parallelogram or rectangle. You can call it whatever, but it's a rectangle though. Now you're done with that, so now we will start with circle. Now we will draw out our formula for circle, which is a equals pi
Yes.
radius square.
Right. A equals pi radius squared.
Yes. I see myself glitching on my screen.
You
Okay.
are not glitching.
Okay. Well, now you would do our radius is going to be 5.
Mm-hmm.
So we already know that. And yeah, r equals 5. And then, so first we would start off by the exponent, or
Right.
some people know as square. And it would be 5 times 5, not 5 times 2, by the way. I always get confused with that. 5 times 2, which is not the correct answer. It gives you a whole nother answer, which leads you off the wrong path. You just get confused with that. So you would do 5 times 5, because that 2 up there means do it twice. So 5 times 5 equals 25, as we all know. That should be the easiest multiplication, as we know. And now we will multiply the 25 with the pi. But if you want to go in order, you can actually, like, I think we learned this first semester, do the pizza. And you could go in order with the a equals pi radius square, and you could just do a pizza, and it will look pretty cool. And so now you will multiply the 25 with pi, which
Mm-hmm.
is originally 3.14. So 25 multiplied by 3.14, and that should give you 78.5.
Yes. Very good.
And now, since we're looking for the shaded region, we're not looking
Mm-hmm.
for the rectangle in the middle. We have to subtract green, the color coded green, which is 48, with 78.5,
Very good.
and that will give us the area for the shaded region, which will be 30.5.
Excellent. 30.5. Everybody agrees? Are there any errors in my work? Remember, we are sometimes working way faster and thinking way faster, so um, there are things happening. We got 30.5. Any questions?
Raise your hand if you don't understand anything.
So, no way, there's a student who said we went too fast. Can you go over the steps once more?
Okay, yes. So you can start any way you like, but I usually start from the not shaded region, but you can start from the shaded region if you'd like to. But that's my choice that I like to do. So I started from the rectangle, and as you can see on the chart, it says that our formula is going to be a equals base times height, or you can do a equals length times width, as some people know it. And you're going to multiply the base, which will be 8. I got confused at first because I thought the 5 was base, but that's actually the radius. So don't get confused with me at all on that. And our height is going to be 6, because the height is usually on the side. That's how I remember. And then you will multiply those, and that equals 48. 8 times 6 gives you 48. Poof, we're done with the rectangle. Now we're going to start with the circle, which is our shaded region. But if you don't fully understand, some people will be like, well, why are you doing the circle formula? Because it's a circle, and there's a specific formula for that circle. And so our formula for circle is a equals pi radius square, or exponent, as some people call them. So we're going to be using 5 as our radius, because r equals 5, And if there was a line there and it said 10, we would use half of that, and that would be 5. Another way to use it. And now we just go straight through the problem. So it would be, you would multiply the, you would put down the 5 2 times, which would be 5 times 5. And don't get confused with 5 times 2 because I get confused like that. And it's easy to mess up and stray along the wrong path. So you got to do it the 5 2 times and multiply that, and that would give you 25. And now we're not almost done yet, which we technically are. We only need to do one more step, actually 2 more steps. And so first now you got to multiply the pi with 25. And pi, as we know of, is 3.14. But it goes on more, but that's just half of it. And that's an easier way to say it, actually. And that equals 78.5. But wait, are we done yet? Technically, no, technically, yes. We're finished with like those two areas. We're finished with the rectangle area and the circles area. But we're not finished finding out what is the area of the shaded region. So in order to find that out, we need to subtract the 48 with the 78.5. But why wouldn't we just add them? Well, we're not adding them because we're not trying to find out the full area of the whole circle. We're trying to find out the area of the shaded region. So we're going to be subtracting, and then that would give us our answer 30.5.
Thank you so much, Noe. There are students in the class, Bella. They're saying that we understand the concept so much better when Noe is explaining it. And there's a lot of other good comments for you. Andre saying we can have Noe as our another teacher because she is so great. So Noe, good job. I am gonna pause the. Are there questions? Let us know before we move on. I am at this point gonna pause the recordings.